these members requested that for us to be able to serve Wananchi properly and to be able to strengthen devolution, the welfare of these members need to be relooked at. We've looked at the 3 remuneration cycles that have been done by the SRC, and Your Excellency, since 2013, the members' remuneration cycle has not been improved for the members. And so we have, as requested in the earlier meetings with you, did a request for a job review with SRC, and we did a review, we did new job descriptions, we did a re-evaluation, and what is awaiting now is a job grade and a job group for these members to be able to effectively serve Mwananchi and serve their roles as members of devolved functions of government. Again, on the issue of welfare, there is the issue of the taxation of car reimbursements. Your Excellency, in our earlier intervention with you in 2024, you came through and we were able to guide that process be done. And I am happy to announce that 39 county assemblies were able to get refunds. About 9 counties had a dreadlock because KRA had gone to appeal the matter in court that we had done in the High Court. And I'm happy also to, we have placed that in your demand. We will we put our ask to you, and we want to thank you that for the ones who were able to receive their taxation on car reimbursement, we credit to you, and we want to give you a big round of applause for that. Finally, is on the issue of pensions, Your Excellency. Again, this is a big conversation. There is a law that has been passed in Senate and is in the National Assembly. There is a conversation around it. We will wait for your guidance on the same, and we are very happy that of all the 5 issues that this General Assembly requested us to proceed as the Executive Committee, we have tabled all of them to your table, and all of them you have either worked on it to fulfillment or is in the way of fulfillment. With that, I want to thank you so much, and thank you for being a champion of putting the institution of the county assemblies in path to be able to deliver for devolution. Finally, Your Excellency, these members, we are here, we were supposed to be 47 county assemblies. Because of issues of subscription and all, we were not able to come, all of us. But I thank you, because when I briefed that to you, you've maintained that the issue of discipline for members is important, so that the members also strengthen their institution to be able to fight for their issues and to bring the issues into commonality. Finally, Your Excellency, I want to thank you and welcome you officially to this event. All these members are your troops in other political circles, and as members of the County Assembly, we are happy to work with the government in improving devolution and service to the people who elected us. I beg to submit, Your Excellency. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bwana SG. Your Excellency, with your permission, we'll now hear the County Assembly Forum Chairperson and Speaker of Kwale County, Honorable Seth Kamanza, to make some brief remarks. Welcome.
Mheshimiwa Rais, kwa majina naitwa Seth Mwatela Kamanza. Mimi nikiwa spika wa bunge gatuzi la Kwale, na pia kwa kongamano hili nikiwa kinara wa organization inaitwa CAF. Na tunakushukuru Mheshimiwa Rais kwa sababu kwa miaka mingi tumekuwa na ule mkutano wetu wa nyuma ya tent, na leo hii tumeweza kufikia katika hicho kilele. Katika hitifaki ambazo zimeweza kuwekwa, ninaomba nikuwe mchache wa maneno kwa sababu mengi tumeweza kuongea na SG na pia tumeweza kukubrief Mheshimiwa Rais. Tunataka hii siku iweze kuwa siku yako ya kuweza kuongea na viongozi wako wa mashinani. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Rais, katika kongamano hili tuko na MCAs 2247 wakiwa 1450 ambao wameweza kuchaguliwa kwa kura. Alafu kuna wale ambao wameweza kuwa nominated na vyama tofauti tofauti wakiwa 797. Mheshimiwa Rais, organization ya CAF imeanza kutoka mwaka wa 2013 na ni institution ambayo imeweza kuwashirikisha viongozi kutoka kaunti ya 47. Tumekuwa na changamoto, na hizo changamoto Mheshimiwa Rais, kwa nguvu za Mwenyezi Mungu tumeweza kuzipita, na kwa sahihi tunavyoongea tuko katika umoja wa county assembly zote. Mheshimiwa Rais, toka uchaguzi tumeweza kupoteza MCAs kadhaa, ikiwemo MCA wa Kisa ambaye aliweza kupigwa risasi kule Kakamega County. Tuko na MCA pia naye aliweza kupigwa risasi, Nicholas Lorot, MCA wa Burat Ward Isiolo. Tuko na MCA Paul Leshimpiro, MCA wa Angata kutoka Samburu. Pia tuko na MCA ambaye aliweza kuwa abducted kutoka kule Wajia na akapatikana baada ya miezi 6. Mheshimiwa Rais, kwa nguvu hii ya wale MCAs ambao tumeweza kuwapoteza, ninaomba kwa sababu huu ndio tunaweza sema mkutano wa kwanza tumeweza kukutana, tuweze kusimama tu kwa dakika moja kuweza kukumbuka wenzetu ambao wameweza kutuacha. Amin. Mheshimiwa Rais, kwa miaka tumeweza kukua na umoja, lakini kuna changamoto ambazo viongozi hawa wameweza kuzipata. Kwa mfano, mara nyingi tumekuwa tukiomba mapeni kutoka katika executive ama zile county government tofauti. Kuna county government ambazo magavana wanatumia hii kama kikwazo cha kuweza kuwasaidia kuwafanya MCAs kupata mapeni yao. Kwa hivyo, Mheshimiwa Rais, ile autonomy uliotupatia tunakupa shukrani kubwa, na kwa hiyo tunakupa makofi ya kongole, na umekuwa baba, kwa sababu hakuna lolote ambalo tumeweza kukuelezea, si juzi, si jana, na hata leo umeweza kututatulia. Kwa hivyo wenzangu, members of the county assembly, I want to tell you that today the president is giving us good news. Mheshimiwa Rais, mara nyingi hawa MCAs ndio ambao wanapitisha zile budget za county, lakini miradi inawapita juu kwa juu, kwa sababu magavana wengi wanapoenda kule ground, yule MCA ambaye amepitisha budget hashurutishwi ama haezi ekwa kuonyeshwa kuwa yeye pia amefanya ile process. Na ndio maana Mheshimiwa Rais, kila wakati tunapopiga kura 90% ya hawa viongozi wanaenda nyumbani. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Rais, kwa niaba hiyo na njia hiyo tumeweza kuja katika magoti yetu kukuomba ile Ward Development Fund, vile ambavyo CDF inafanya, iweze kupitishwa ili hawa viongozi nao waweze kupata sura mbele ya wananchi. Mheshimiwa Rais, hawa viongozi mbele yako wanafanya kitu inaitwa vetting ya CEC member, lakini kufikia leo CEC member anapata 400,000, lakini huyu ambaye anamfanyia vetting anapata 150,000. Mara nyingi tukishamaliza vetting, hata mtu ameingia kwa kiti na amekaa, ma MCAs wanaonyeshwa madharau ya hali ya juu na wale CEC member. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Rais, panapotoka pesa ndipo heshima pia napo inatoka, na hicho ndicho Kiafrika chetu. Aliyekuwa na ng'ombe nyingi ataitwa mzee wa mji, na aliye na ng'ombe kidogo ataambiwa ni mchochole. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Rais, tuwezeshe. Mheshimiwa Rais, sitaki kuwa mwingi wa maneno kwa sababu mengi tumeweza kukuwakilishia katika mabunge yetu tofauti tofauti, na pia kisisi binafsi kukutana na wewe, na tunashukuru miaka yote toka nipate huu uongozi umeweza kutufungulia ofisi yako na kujadiliana na sisi. Therefore, honorable members, not that I don't know English, but I decided to use Kiswahili because it's a national language. Therefore, honorable members, let's pray that the president is giving us a gift back home. Mheshimiwa Rais, tunataka kuchukua fursa hii pia with Your Excellency, the Prime Cabinet. You've given us, we have had over 3 meetings with the Prime Cabinet after he was given the mandate by the President that he works with us. Therefore, Your Excellency, we don't want to leave you behind. We have to say thank you. Na kwa hiyo tumpatieni makofi. Mheshimiwa Governor Sakaja, pia wewe hatuwezi taka kukuacha nyuma. Tunakushukuru kwa sababu kuna maneno yenye amefinya mahali na leo hii tutapata mazuri. Kwa hivyo tuweze kuomba na kufinya kamba ziweze kukua ngumu, panapotoka speech ya rais iweze kuwa njema kwetu. Kwa hayo machache, may God bless the County Assembly's forum, may God bless the devolution, may God bless the Republic of Kenya, and I say thank you, and to all my Muslim brothers and sisters, I say Eid Mubarak. Ramadan Karim. And for my brothers, Christian brothers, nasema muwe na Lent njema na tuanze mfungo vile inahitajika. Kwa hayo machache, asanteni.
Thank you very much, Chair. Your Excellency, with your permission, allow me to now call on the Nairobi Governor, Honorable Johnson Sakaja, to make some brief remarks. Then in turn, invite the Prime Cabinet Secretary. Thank you.
Asante sana. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya and the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, our Chairman, Right Honorable Speaker Seth Kamanza, and SG Chege Maura, who is my rural MCA in Ngara, all speakers present, leaders of majority, minority, honorable members of County Assembly. Mine will be very brief. Number one is to welcome you to Nairobi. Feel at home. Karibuni sana Kanairo. It's always a pleasure to have you, to host you here. And as the chairman has said, kuna mambo mazuri Nairobi. Please don't be in a rush to go back to your counties. Mukaikae area. Na spika wangu tumezungumza naye kuhakikisha kwamba mmekaa mzuri, lakini unajua ningepanga ni vile mdosi yuko, na unajua sasa ile rais yuko huku Nairobi, tumemfunza vitu mingi. Moja wao ni kuweka mawe, ingine inaitwa kichele. So leo najua mdosi atahakikisha mambo imefanyika vizuri. Ile mimi nitaongeza, yeye akipanga mimi naongeza maombi. Nitaongezea maombi na baraka. Kwa ndugu zangu Waislamu na madada wetu, wasalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Muwe na saumu makbul kwa muda huu wa Ramadan, na pia ndugu zetu wa Kristo ambao wameanza mfumo wa wale wa Katoliki ambao wako kwa Lent. Jana tulikuwa na Ash Wednesday. Your Excellency, the members here are the anchors of devolution. Devolution is based on the principle of subsidiarity, which states that a service is best offered at the lowest level compatible with the benefit area. Today, when we were sitting with the leadership, I really felt for them, because members of County Assembly are the first port of call for mwananchi's issues right at the ground. And I'm very happy, and I know you will tell us, because when we're asking them for that job group elevation, it has not been fair. that those who vet our CECs, vet the county secretary, vet the county attorney, and also on the ground, many times, ukiangalia payslip, hata ile allowance ya kukaa kwa nyumba, ile allowance ya, assembly, it does not augur well. Your Excellency, I have been a legislator for 10 years. I've been an MP and a senator. Tukiwa wabunge, saa zingine ile kidogo inakaa kidogo but inakuja kila siku, ilikuwa inatuongezea motisha ya kufanya kazi yetu zaidi. Tunaomba uangalie pande hiyo, and us we will support as governors. That one we will support. Your Excellency, the other matter that is critical for us to look at. Any good governor would want oversight. Because sometimes ni watu wetu wanafanya makosa hapa na pale. Tuwasaidie wawe na nguvu ya kufanya oversight. Na pia najua walikuwa wamekatiwa mambo 2-3 ya safari. Ni muhimu waone na wajue, because to go is to see, isn't it? Hiyo kikwazo kidogo is not fair. I know how I myself have been able to build myself over the years by what I've been able to see. I know we are dealing with the wage bill, and we have to put it properly. But some of these concessions will actually strengthen devolution, and they will strengthen delivery at the county level, because devolution is the greatest gift that our country has in our constitution. Your Excellency, the ward development fund, I have never understood why. Because they are representatives and they do oversight and representation. MPs are also representatives who do oversight and representation. Why would an MP have NGCDF and an MCA cannot have ward development fund? The ward development fund, the same way we addressed it in the law to make sure it focuses on national government functions, we can have the ward development fund called the County Government Ward Development Fund, so that even for us, we can say there is spread projects across each and every ward in the county. Isiwe tu ni zile ward ambapo governor anasapotiwa ama watu kwa mrengo fulani ya siasa, zote ziweze kupata your support. And by the way, colleagues, I will tell you, many, and I can speak on behalf of many governors, the problem is not at the Council of Governors. Shida, mnajua wale hawataki muwe na hiyo. Juu ya hiyo kompe kule kwa ground. Sisi tunataka mkuwe nayo. Tunataka mkuwe nao na muipate. Finally, Your Excellency, on the issue of financial autonomy. Your Excellency, I have spoken to my speaker. My leadership here knows. Sometimes, when we have delays at the control of budget, the assumption is that the governor does not want them to get. Your Excellency, I am happy you assented to that bill. Ili pesa yao pia iende mapema, lakini ile nitakuomba, that concession you gave us as governors, that the salary component isichelewe iwe inakuja by the 3rd, please let's also have it for the county assembly allocation, so that by the 3rd at least that is done, because sometimes exchequer can delay here and there, lakini mambo ya mshahara isiwahi kosekana kwa member of county assembly. So kwa hayo mengi, siku nataka kusema mengi, tafadhali karibuni, feel at home in Nairobi. Mnajua vile mimi huambia, Nairobi hii mtafute hoteli yoyote ambayo mnajua. Ukienda kwa hoteli hiyo, because of today, make an order. Ile order ambayo unataka. Ingoho, obusuma, pilau, ongeza soda. Ukiulizwa, useme Sakaja alikutuma. Watakuongezea kidogo. Lakini utakapomaliza ulipe bili yako wewe mwenyewe. Jukanairo hakuna cha bure. May God bless all of you, and I wish you the best in your deliberations. Thank you very much.
A round of applause for the governor, tafadhali. Your Excellency, with your permission, I'll now call on the Prime Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, to make his remarks and in turn invite His Excellency the President. Makofi yake tafadhali. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable William Samoei Ruto, the Governor of Nairobi, Johnson Sakaja, the leadership of the County Assemblies Forum, and the distinguished members of the County Assembly Forum. Hamjambo. Your Excellency, with your permission, let me just draw a parallel to this very important forum. One of the most important and renowned presidents of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, maybe perhaps the most famous, I don't know, but you can do your research on this, started off his political career looking for leadership in the assembly. He attempted about 16 times without victory. And then he decided he was going to go for the big seat, and he became the president of the United States. I'm not giving these good men and women ideas, but what I'm saying is that being a leader of a county assembly is a very, very significant assignment in this republic. Very significant. And since 2013, Your Excellency, when I was then Minister for Local Government, I was assigned the responsibility of pushing forward the first pieces of legislation so that we can kickstart devolution, which we did after voting for the 2010 Constitution at a ratio of 67% for the Constitution to support devolution as the jewel in the crown. Devolution has matured. It has come of maturity. It is a very, very significant anchor and pivot in our Constitution. And therefore, institutions that buttress devolution must be given all the necessary support. And therefore, when you directed that I have a conversation with the County Assemblies Forum, I did so. They raised their issues, which they have touched on and you are seized with. And I believe with your support and encouragement, we shall be able to overcome these challenges so that the County Assemblies Forum and the people it represents can have greater strength as they perform their duties. One big appeal I want to put to the county assemblies through you, Your Excellency, is that county assemblies, I've talked of you having attained maturity. You've gotten to the age of majority as institutions. Do not allow your oversight and accountability role to be usurped by another institution. You are the ones who are supposed to oversight the county government. I don't know whether it is by design or whether it is that you forgot. It seems sometimes your role has been usurped. Reclaim your role as those who must provide oversight and accountabilities to county government. Finally, Your Excellency, I want to associate myself fully on the issues raised, and more so the one of the ward fund. Over Christmas, Your Excellency, we had a chat informally on phone, And I told you that I've been agonizing. And then on the 26th of December, I spoke about the possibility of a constitutional moment for the country. And one of the issues that I thought, with your guidance, needs to be really resolved, and we have the capacity to do so, is to anchor the ward fund and the constituency development fund and all those funds, to have a process of anchoring them properly in the Constitution, so that all these debates as to whether it should be there or not be there can be closed once and for all. So let me rest my case there. Your Excellency, we stand to be guided by you, and it is now my honor to request you all to be upstanding so that we can invite His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, to make his remarks and have his interaction with this very distinguished forum. Asanteni sana. God bless you all.
Asanteni sana. Let's take our seats. Thank you very much. Mheshimiwa Musalia Mudavadi, Prime Cabinet Secretary, Gavana wetu wa jiji la Nairobi, Capital City, Mheshimiwa Sakaja, Chairman wa CAF, ndugu yangu Speaker wa County Assembly ya Kwale, Shege ambaye ni katibu mkuu, na pia nimesikia yeye ni MCA wa, ulisema, lakini ulisema rural. I thought Ngara was urban. Ndugu zangu wana MCAs, amjambo. Good morning. Let me take this opportunity first to welcome you to Nairobi. I know many of you come from far and wide, different parts of the Republic of Kenya, and to congratulate the County Assembly's Forum for being an agent and advocate for devolution in Kenya. Nataka niseme pongezi sana. Distinguished members, ladies and gentlemen, I recognize and honor the extraordinary constitutional mandate entrusted to our county assemblies across all our 47 counties. A mandate you continue to carry out in giving real meaning, real force, and real presence to devolution as envisioned in our Constitution. As members of county assemblies, you are the frontline custodians and steadfast defenders of devolution. Over the past 13 years, since devolution took root, you have built institutions where none existed previously. You established the legislative background and backbone upon which county governments operate today. You enacted the laws, frameworks, and regulatory structures that enable counties to function effectively in health, in agriculture, in trade, in planning, and local revenue administration. You have strengthened fairness in resource distribution and ensured that development reaches beyond county headquarters into villages, markets, schools, health facilities, and rural infrastructure. In doing so, you have made equity practical and measurable. Honorable members, from the first day of this administration, I made it clear that devolution is not merely a constitutional provision. It is the ground jewel of our democratic governance and one of the greatest achievements of the people of Kenya. Accordingly, this administration has treated devolution not as an obligation to be managed, but as a commitment to be strengthened. We have advanced fiscal and structural reforms to support more predictable and timely disbursement of resources to counties, and so far, about 4 trillion shillings has been transferred to county governments over the past 12 years. Across the country, the impact is visible in expanded road networks, improved health facilities, broader access to water and sanitation, strengthened early childhood education, and agricultural support programs that are improving livelihoods. We have also improved intergovernmental coordination, strengthened implementation follow-through, and aligned planning and reporting systems so that cooperation, not contest, defines relations between the two levels of government. Most significantly, we have completed the delineation, unbundling, and gazettement of devolved functions, bringing clarity where ambiguity previously created duplication, delay, and institutional friction. Honorable members, even as we recognize this progress, we must remain vigilant and focused. The full promise of devolution is not yet fully realized. The decisive factors before us now is disciplined, transparent, and results-oriented use of resources already entrusted to us. While resources are limited, what we have is sufficient to deliver meaningful change and impact when properly utilized and prioritized and efficiently deployed. The central question, therefore, is not how much we have, but how well we use it. The questions we ask are allocations aligned to citizens' priorities? Are systems efficient? Are safeguards strong enough to prevent loss, waste, and misuse? Those are the questions at the back of citizens and those who have employed us. As leaders closest to the people, you carry both the authority and the responsibility to demand clear answers and enforce accountability. The national government will stand with you in this work. We will strengthen cooperation frameworks, support capacity where it is needed, remove operational bottlenecks, and reinforce systems that improve delivery and transparency. I am aware that you have raised several concerns relating to your welfare as members of the county assemblies, concerns that go directly to the strength of devolution and the effectiveness of service delivery to our people. Before I address some of the concerns and the two gentlemen who have spoken before me, I have had consultations with them. I did ask them to have a conversation with the Prime Cabinet Secretary so that we can address some of the issues that affect county assemblies. But before I do that, I think it's only fair that leaders coming from across Kenya want to know the status of staff in our country. Allow me just to mention 3 or 4 things for good record. Because in the world we live in, there is so much information out there. And there is so much misinformation, disinformation, fake news, and sometimes outright lies about our country. I have the responsibility as the president of this country to always get the citizens of our nation the correct information, and especially leaders like yourselves who have a responsibility beyond being citizens by being leaders at the grassroots. Our economy, I think you saw last week, Central Bank has now reduced the CBR rate, which is the anchorage for interest rates, from 9% to 8.75%, signaling the coming down of interest rates in Kenya. Just for good record, that CBR rate was 14% a few months ago. Put it correctly. We have consolidated and stabilized the economy of our country over the last 3 years. And numbers don't lie. Our inflation has come down from 9.6% to 4.5%. Our exchange rate has come down. Our Kenya shilling has strengthened. Today, the exchange rate is 129 Kenya shillings to $1. It was 165 shillings to $1 2.5 years ago. Our foreign exchange reserves have grown, almost doubled. In 2022, our foreign exchange reserves were $5.7 billion. Today, it is $12.3 billion. If you are an exporter, you used to request for dollars and wait for weeks and months because we didn't have enough foreign exchange. Today, you can get foreign exchange at the click of a button. That is how we have consolidated our economy. And I can confidently tell you as leaders from the grassroots that our economy is now stable and we are on the takeoff. In fact, IMF, about 2 or 3 months ago, released a report that said Kenya had now overtaken Angola and Ethiopia, and we are now the 6th largest economy in our continent. And I want to promise you we are making progress. It's not easy. Some tough decisions have had to be made, but the risk of Kenya defaulting on its foreign obligations is now well behind us. I know to a good extent agriculture is devolved. It was part of my commitment to the people of Kenya and a necessary imperative for us as a nation that we reorganize our agriculture and change the trajectory from consumption subsidies to production support. Today, whether it is maize, whether it is tea, whether it is coffee, our production has gone up because of the interventions we have made. And slowly but surely, we are reducing imports. We have reduced imports of maize, we have reduced imports of sugar, we have reduced imports of rice, because we have chosen the deliberate intervention to promote production, reduce the cost of farm inputs, and make sure that they are delivered on a digital platform to eliminate corruption and pilferage. The partnership that we have built with county governments, with the approval of county assemblies, to partner with counties in the delivery, especially last mile delivery of farm inputs, has been of immense use to us as we seek to enhance our productivity, and I must pay gratitude to county assemblies that have supported that exercise. Asanteni sana. I know we have a shared responsibility on matters to do with education. While education at the lower levels is devolved at the early childhood level, the rest of the education is a national function, but we have had a place to converge. I can confidently tell the country today the challenges that we had in the education system, and we had many of you remember. CBC was a very big problem. Many parents were complaining, teachers were complaining, other stakeholders were complaining, and we had to align the CBC program. Today, we have worked with the stakeholders, and now we have competence-based education. We have removed the bottlenecks. We had serious issues with teachers and teacher recruitment. By January this year, we've now recruited 100,000 teachers. We've closed the gap. We're remaining with 20,000 teachers next year, and then we will completely close the gap on teacher numbers. We have built an extra 23,000 classrooms to remove the gaps that were there. And we have changed our funding model. Many of you will remember, those of you who come from Nakuru, for example, or Eldoret, Egerton University could not pay salaries. Moi University was almost facing closure. My own alma mater, Nairobi University, had very serious challenges. They couldn't pay their dues. I can now confidently tell you, and you can ask any vice chancellor, we have made significant progress with a new funding model that we rolled out that is student-centered and that is determined on merit and need, not on where you come from or which university you're going to. And I say so because education is probably the most important instrument that we can use to sharpen our human capital. And our human capital is the most important asset that we have as a nation. And so it is important that every child in Kenya has access to education, not as a matter of privilege, but as a matter of right. And finally, is to brief you on where we are with matters health, which is again a shared function between the national government and the county government. I must commend the Council of Governors. They have worked with me and the national government in making sure that health does not become a privilege for those who have jobs or those who have means or those who can afford. But health becomes a right as it is defined in the Constitution, Section 43, that health is a right for every citizen of the Republic of Kenya, irrespective of any other consideration, financial, social, religious, whatever. So we're making very good progress. And I am proud of the numbers that are now clear. I was in the city of Nairobi yesterday, and Nairobi, which has the largest population, is actually among the first 5 counties that have registered SHA, despite their numbers. Today we have 29.3, as of yesterday, million Kenyans registered, and we have treated close to 6 million Kenyans in the last 1 year who've been to hospital. All I want to ask members of county assemblies, don't allow facilities in your area of jurisdiction to continue to charge citizens for treatment. Let me repeat. As a member of the county assembly, I want you to know every facility that is providing outpatient facility, be it a dispensary, be it a health center, or a level 4 hospital, be it private, faith-based, or public, all of them, the government of Kenya pays for citizens who go to those facilities for outpatient facilities without any payment. Citizens should be treated. All they need to do is to make sure they are registered in SHA. The rest will be taken care of by the government of Kenya. Let me also say that I have worked with the county governments because the biggest challenge that has always been there to the people of Kenya has been the absence of medicines in our facilities. Mwananchi anaenda pale, anaambiwa mambo ni sawa, namna hii, mwisho anaambiwa hakuna dawa. So we have agreed with the Council of Governors. The problem that existed at that time was the refill rate of KEMSA. Refill rate for KEMSA in 2022 was 38%. I can now tell you here standing that it is now 97%. Meaning that every facility should have medical commodities. There is no longer an excuse for any facility not to have the right medicines for our citizens. And as county assembly members, please, I want to enlist your support in making sure that we red flag and we profile those facilities that either continue to charge citizens or continue to tell us there is no medicine. We should ask them tough questions. I think that goes to the heart of what Prime Cabinet Secretary was saying, that your oversight responsibility includes making sure that those facilities are working. Members, I have told you about, I wanted to say one more thing. We are, one of the most serious challenges that we face as a nation is unemployment. All of you, I know, you wake up in the morning, you find people, and we have challenges of unemployment, and we have to be deliberate and intentional on how we create jobs. And that is why we have rolled out 4 different programs. We have our housing, markets, and hostels program that now employ close to 500,000 Kenyans, and God willing, by next year, it should be able to employ 1 million young people. I was a month ago with the professionals. These are engineers, from the mechanical engineers, structural engineers, electrical engineers, other professionals in that space. And we have recruited about 6,000 of them to help us, to monitor and oversight, working with other consultants. We have also the digital jobs space, which I did ask county assemblies to identify at least one spot in their wards so that we can work with the members of parliament to build at least an ICT hub so that you can have 100, 200, 300 young people working on our digital jobs space. And again, I remember telling members of this assembly that there is an opportunity for you to sponsor. And sponsor in this case does not mean you pay. You just assist them to know where they can get opportunities to work outside Kenya. And all this is moving in the right direction. Today, we have 1.6 million Kenyans that were not working in 2022. They are working today in all the programs we have done. And we will continue to open those opportunities. Recently, I was in different parts of the country on the business support that we are extending to our micro, small, and medium enterprises under the Nyota program. I want to ask members here to participate in that program, to mobilize, because we have a phase 2, we have a phase 3, we have a phase 4. So this is an opportunity for you, and we have insisted that beneficiaries must be ward-based. We have said beneficiaries must be from every ward, and we have distributed equally in all wards in Kenya. In the past, such programs would benefit a few people in towns and in places, but we have insisted this time round that because we believe in bottom-up, it must really be at the bottom, and that is at the ward. So these are some of the interventions that I want to ask that you participate. As I have said, all these programs are not programs tailored for political reasons. None of the young people participating is asked whether they support what political party or what religion or all these other considerations. So finally, we are talking about the foundation we have laid. We've dealt and consolidated and stabilized our economy. We've transformed our agriculture. We have stabilized our health. We have worked on job creation. But there is more to be done. That's a good foundation. But going into the future, there are 3 things we must do. Number 1, it's not enough to carry out the agriculture we are doing under rain-fed agriculture. The future, with climate change, with limited agricultural land under rain-fed agriculture, the future is now in water harvesting, water storage, and irrigation. And the plan is to have at least 2.5 million acres under irrigation so that we solve the problem of food insecurity in a permanent way. And that is why you've had me lay out the plan to build 50 mega dams in different parts of the country, another 200 large dams and another 1,000 micro dams. It should concern you as members of county assemblies that with this rollout, where is your ward? I hope you take time to find out. The second thing that we must do as a country is to generate more electricity. I go to different parts of Kenya, and there is still the perennial problem that we have many parts of our nation that are still in darkness. We've done well. I think over the last 12 years, we have moved our electricity connection from about 2.3 million households to close to 11 million households now. We still have a deficit of about 2 million households to be able to have universal coverage of our electricity connection. But more importantly, the future is in technology. The future is in manufacturing. And energy is the engine that drives innovation, technology, and industrialization and manufacturing. I will give you an example. When I was invited by President Biden and we signed some agreements with the United States, one of the agreements we signed was on data centers between Kenya, Microsoft, and a company called G42 from the UAE. And I was very happy that finally we will have a data center in Kenya powered by our renewable energy, so the world would have its first green data center. But when it came to implementation, after we signed the agreement, I was told, Mr. President, one data center will need like 1,000 megawatts. Do you know how many megawatts we have in Kenya? 3,000. For the whole country. So one data center required, it means we will have to shut down a third of the country to have this one data center. And we wanted 5. We have an opportunity to do 5. So technology consumes a lot of energy. And that is why if we are going to go into the future, if we are going to be competitive, and we have no choice, otherwise we'll be left behind, we have to generate a minimum of 10,000 megawatts in the next 7 years. It's going to cost us something like 1.5 trillion. Mnanielewa? So these are realities that we must live with. When you hear me say, for far too long, we have been making peace with mediocrity, tuko tu hapo, the scale of our ambition, the level of our thinking has been limited. So we need to generate energy. And we have enough energy to generate. In fact, we have 10,000 megawatts potential for geothermal. We have 20,000 in wind. We have more capacity in solar. And we have so many other, including nuclear. So we must take it in that direction. And finally, we must make this country move. Transport, logistics. Today we have 20,000 kilometers of tarmac in Kenya. Japan, which is smaller than Kenya, has 1 million kilometers of tarmac. Do you notice the difference between 20,000 and 1 million? Right? That is why whenever you have a meeting everywhere in Kenya, you are told, barabara yetu ni mbaya. Barabara yetu ni mbaya. So it's correct. That's why we have set out, and we are now in the process of getting 28,000 kilometers to add on to the 20,000 we have. And we want to build those 28,000 kilometers in the next 7 years. We need something like maybe between 12 and 13 billion dollars, which is about 1.8 trillion. So when you hear me say we need 5 trillion, and you know, we're going to do it. Tutafanya. Najua kuna watu wengi wako na imani ndogo. And the challenge, listen, good guys, the challenge we've had in Kenya is not so much about resources. It is a plan and a leader to lead it. Si tulisema tunafanya affordable housing. Leo kandarasi ya affordable housing na markets na hostels ni 650 billion. How much? 650 billion. Na sio pesa ya kukopa, na sio pesa ya kuomba. Hata kama niliitwa Sakayo, kwani nimekufa? So bado mimi niko heri. Lakini go to Kisumu today, go to Homa Bay, go to Nakuru, go to Mandera, go to Mombasa, come to Machakos, go to Kitui. So, listen, I'm talking to you as leaders. This country, we have the capacity to transform this nation. We have what it takes. We've been discussing housing for how many years? National Housing Corporation was registered 60 years ago. Mnanielewa? So, we can transform our nation. If you doubted the capacity of Kenya, today, the skyline of Kenya, we're building 240,000 housing units. We are building 400 markets. We are building hostels for 180,000 students using our own resources. Yeah? Let me give you another example, because I know sometimes some people think what we are saying is not possible. Ndio unasikia anasema hii ni uongo, hii haiwezekani, because of their capacity to think iko chini. Iko wapi uongo kwa mambo ya housing? Iko uongo hapo kwa housing? Iko ama hakuna? Markets iko ama hakuna? Hostels iko ama hakuna? Yeah? So, let me give you another example. And I like it that you guys are insisting that you want a pension. Yes. In other words, you believe that savings is the right thing to do. Because for you to have a pension, you must save. Sindio? That's how pension is achieved. Let me give you an example of our national pension. Forget us as an individual, the national pension. up to 2023, we had a total saving on our social security at NSSF of 312 billion, saved for 60 years. But in the last 2 years, because I insisted that we cannot continue the way we are saving, let us look for the best practice globally. What is the world doing? You know, we cannot continue to say, oh, this is us, or, you know, we have to do it this way. Since we changed the contribution metrics, which we changed in 2023 with a lot of difficulty, today, our pensions have grown from 312 billion. In just 2 years, we are now at 670 billion. We have doubled what we saved in 60 years. We have doubled it in 2 years. By next year, we will have 1 trillion shillings in 2027. We'll have 1 trillion shillings in our NSSF. Do you guys know what that means? Explain to me, if we go the way we are going, what will happen in 5 years? What will happen in 10 years? You know? Listen, the reason why we roam capitals of other countries to go borrow money is because we have refused to save our own money. The money we are going to borrow from China is the savings of the Chinese people. Their saving is 55% of their GDP. Our saving is 12% of our GDP. That's the difference. So we go borrow from the Chinese, tunakuja tunafanyia kazi hapa, halafu we have to pay with interest. Last year, I went to China twice. To do what? To negotiate. No. To go negotiate, sasa bwana mkubwa, unaona sasa hii deni iko kubwa sana. We are paying $1 billion every year. So we couldn't find space to do any road or to do anything. So we went to tell them, hii deni punguza kidogo, inatuumiza. So forget about what you see huko. Nakuta huko, iko parade kubwa. Askari wanapita huko, tumesimama hapo. Unafikiri it is pomp and color. Hiyo parade kiisha, ukiingia ndani hapo, mlango ikifungwa, unaanza kuambia ule mtu, tafadhali bwana. Why would you subject your president who doing those things when we can save our own money? Look, I must tell you this because you're leaders in Kenya. Uganda, which is half our economy, has a bigger social security fund than us. Tanzania here, 60% of our economy, has a bigger social security fund than us because they made the right decisions early. Sisi tuko hapo. You know? But I want to promise you, things are going to change. If we continue the same way we are continuing, I am very confident in 10, 15 years, we will not be borrowing any money from any country. We will be using our own resources, and if we need to borrow, we will be borrowing from our own savings to be able to drive our development. But somebody has to take the lead. Na lazima mtu akubali aitwe majina. Na lazima mtu akuwe unpopular. Lakini we must make the right decisions for Kenya. you people, we are not elected to be popular. We are elected to do the right things for our nation, make the right decisions for Kenya. Ni mnanielewa? Yes. And I promise you, I will make my contribution to this great nation. I had a meeting with the governor of Nairobi, because we need to sort out the city of Nairobi. The city of Nairobi is not just another county. This is the capital city of Kenya. This is the face of Kenya. This is the seat of the Republic of Kenya. Many people who say they have come to Kenya, they have actually come to Nairobi. And that is the impression they carry. If they find takataka all over the place, if they find the place in darkness, if they find the place people being mugged, that is the impression they get of our country. Ama? Yes. So I have a duty, and the law is there to assist the county of Nairobi to make sure that we present the right image of the Republic of Kenya. But you know, many people are obsessed with form instead of substance. Many people are obsessed with titles and positions instead of progress and service to the people. And we must get the right focus. So, good people, I am asking for your partnership for us to change Kenya. It is doable, it is possible. I rest my case. On the remuneration of members of the county assembly. You have stated that your responsibilities have expanded significantly and should therefore be properly recognized within the public service grading structure. And I did ask the County Assembly Forum to work with the Prime Cabinet Secretary and with the Salaries and Remuneration Commission, which exercise they have undertaken. They have also undertaken the re-evaluation of the Member of County Assembly role and responsibilities, and they have confirmed that it is necessary to upgrade. So, a job evaluation was duly completed and submitted to the Salaries and Remuneration Commission. And as the national government, we fully endorse the recommendations of the evaluation, which include the reclassification of the office of the MCA from job group ED4 to job group E1. That is in recognition of your mandate and workload. And we are going to make the necessary adjustments so that this can be implemented immediately. On the County Assembly's pension framework, we associate with your position that retirement security is not a discretionary privilege. It is a duty of a fair and responsible state to those who serve it. Public service must carry dignity, both in tenure and after service. You see many leaders, when they get out of office, they live very, very badly. And therefore, the issue of pension is something that I have every intention to address. And so, there were two outstanding issues that Parliament was grappling with. I have discussed this with the leadership of Parliament, and I want to confirm that the issues are within reach. We will resolve those issues in Parliament, and we will then conclude, because already the matters are in Parliament. The only thing I want to ask of you is that, which you already accepted, it must be contributory. The same way members of Parliament contribute 7.5% of their salary, you will contribute 7.5% of your salary. The same way the employer in government, members of Parliament, contributes 7.5%, your employer will also contribute 7.5%. That way, we will have a pension that will support you. I know there is one final issue as to who is the employer of the MCA. That we will solve it out. We'll solve it, and I guess in the next couple of months, we will be able to complete that process in Parliament, and members of County Assembly can be pensioners after 2 terms in office. So, mimi naona saa zingine naona kuna MCAs wanasema 1 term. Sasa ukiwa na 1 term huwezi pata pension, shauri yako. Na mimi nimeona raia wako chonjo sana. Wakikusikia ukisema 1 term wanasema kwanza tunaanza na wewe 1 term. Kabla tujafikia wale wengine. On the Ward Development Fund, predictable and protected ward-level financing is essential to equitable grassroots development. As the national government, we support the inclusion of the Ward Development Fund within the proposed constitutional amendment framework alongside other protected funds, including the National Government Constituency Fund, National Government Affirmative Action Fund, and the Senate Oversight Fund, so that ward-level development is legally secured and stable. So wakati pitisha sheria ya kutengeneza mambo ya Constituent Development Fund, we will make sure that the one for Ward Development Fund is included. I will again ask the County Assembly Forum to work closely with the Office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary on this matter, so that, because there are certain legal challenges that are going on in court, so that we can navigate the processes and make sure that this becomes a reality. On the anchoring of the County Assembly's Forum in law, the Intergovernmental Relations Amendment Bill of 2024, which seeks to formally establish the forum in statute, is currently at the 2nd reading stage at the National Assembly. I am aware that its progress has slowed down due to procedural contentions over whether it qualifies as a money bill. We will conclude the conversations with Parliament constructively to resolve this matter and ensure that the forum is properly anchored in law without further delay. So again, you guys have a responsibility. When you run into trouble, you have my telephone number. You can always find me. I think there was a matter that was mentioned about refund on motor vehicle reimbursements, or refund on car grant reimbursements. Some counties succeeded, some did not. Now, I can confirm to you that we have resolved the issue as government, and we have agreed with the Kenya Revenue Authority that the matter that is currently before court. We will withdraw the matters from court. We will go to the alternative dispute resolution space, alafu tutapangana hapo ndio tufanye namna hiyo. So I think all the issues that you had raised with me, I have addressed. There are some like the autonomy of the county assemblies. I did tell you that since we have parliament at the national level, the assemblies must have the same, must be treated equally, because we do not control the finances of parliament. So the county executive should not control resources of county assemblies. As was stated, I did sign the law. Now it is the position in law that county assemblies are independent. The only issue that is there is because the budgets were already done, so it will begin to be operational from June when we do the new budgets. Now the county assemblies will budget separately from the county executive. As I conclude, this is my firm undertaking to you. We will work with you, coordinate with you, and respond to legitimate institutional needs in the interests of the citizens you represent. You have my assurance that the national government will continue to provide firm institutional policy and operational support so that you can discharge your constitutional responsibilities with confidence and effectiveness. I thank you, honorable members, for your attention and wish you fruitful deliberations. And as you go back home, please carry our goodwill, our messages of goodwill for those of us who are Muslims, as has been said here. As you enter into this holy month, we will have our support. Tunasema Ramadan Karim, na kwa ndugu wetu wa Kristo wote, especially our Catholic friends. We know it's a time of Lent and fasting. It's a good occasion for us to pray for our nation, to pray for the leadership of our nation, and to pray for the citizens of our republic. Sakaja amewaeleza ya kwamba mkienda kwa any hotel hapa, mujipange hapo. Lakini huyo hawa viongozi wenu wananiambia kwamba mmesota kidogo. Hapa Nairobi, watu wa Nairobi wamenifundisha ati kuweka mawe. Mimi watu wa ushago sijui kama mnajua kuweka mawe. So because otherwise I would simtasalimia watoto wenu jameni. Kila mtu asalimie wodi yake na wananchi wale tunashirikiana na wao. Asante sana. God bless you and I wish you well.
Naomba sote tusimame wima, tumalize na wimbo wa taifa. Let us all be upstanding.